Question 1. Which plate may appear with this road sign? A. Road humps are used to slow down traffic. They're found in places where there are often pedestrians, such as shopping areas, near schools, residential areas. Question 2. What's the nearest you may park to a junction? A. 10 meters, 32 feet. Don't park within 10 meters, 32 feet of a junction, unless in an authorized parking place. This is to allow drivers emerging from or turning into the junction a clear view of the road they're joining. It also allows them to see hazards such as pedestrians or cyclists at the junction. Question 3. You're driving towards a zebra crossing. What should you do if a person in a wheelchair is waiting to cross? D. Be prepared to stop. You should slow down and be prepared to stop, as you would for an able-bodied person. Don't wave them across, as other traffic may not stop. Question 4. You're at a junction controlled by traffic lights. When should you wait at a green light? B. When your exit from the junction is blocked. As you approach the traffic lights, look into the road you wish to take. Only proceed if your exit road is clear. If the road is blocked, hold back, even if you have to wait for the next green signal. Question 5. You've broken down on a two-way road. You have a warning triangle. At least how far from your vehicle should you place the warning triangle? C. 45 meters, 147 feet. Advance warning triangles fold flat and don't take up much room. Use one to warn other road users if your vehicle has broken down, or if there has been an incident. Place it at least 45 meters, 147 feet behind your vehicle, or the incident, on the same side of the road or verge. Place it further back if the scene is hidden by, for example, a bend, hill or dip in the road. Don't use warning triangles on motorways. Question 6. You're driving on a busy main road. What should you do if you find that you're driving in the wrong direction? D. Turn around in a side road. Don't turn around in a busy street or reverse from a side road into a main road. Find a quiet side road and choose a place to turn around where you won't obstruct an entrance or exit. Look out for pedestrians and cyclists as well as other traffic. Question 7. What does it mean if your trailer has a maximum authorized mass, MAM, of 3,500 kilograms? D. Your trailer and load combined cannot weigh more than 3,500 kilograms. The MAM of the trailer is stamped on the plate fitted to the chassis. It is the maximum weight of the trailer and load that the manufacturer has designed it to carry. Do not load your trailer so that it exceeds this maximum weight. Question 8. You're driving behind a large goods vehicle. What should you do if it signals left but steers to the right? A. Slow down and let the vehicle turn. Large long vehicles need extra room when making turns at junctions. They may move out to the right in order to make a left turn. Keep well back and don't attempt to pass them on the left. Question 9. You wish to turn right ahead. Why should you take up the correct position in good time? C. To help other road users know what you intend to do. If you wish to turn right into a side road, take up your position in good time. Move to the center of the road when it's safe to do so. This will allow vehicles to pass you on the left. Early planning will show other traffic what you intend to do. Question 10. Which sign means the end of a dual carriageway? D. If you are overtaking, make sure you move back safely into the left-hand lane before you reach the end of the dual carriageway. Question 11. You've just been overtaken by this motorcyclist. What should you do if the rider cuts in sharply? C. Keep a safe gap. If another vehicle cuts in sharply, ease off the accelerator and drop back to allow a safe separation distance. Try not to overreact by braking sharply or swerving, as you could lose control. If vehicles behind you are too close or unprepared, it could lead to a crash. Question 12. You're driving in a slow-moving queue of traffic. What should you do just before changing lane? B. Look for motorcyclists filtering through the traffic. In queuing traffic, motorcyclists could be passing you on either side. Use your mirrors and check your blind area before changing lanes or changing direction. Question 13. What hazard should you be aware of when traveling along this street? C. Children running out between vehicles. On roads where there are many parked vehicles, you might not be able to see children between parked cars, and they may run out into the road without looking. Question 14. What does this sign mean? B. End of restricted parking area. Even though you've left the restricted area, make sure that you park where you won't endanger other road users or cause an obstruction. Question 15. Your car needs to pass an MOT test. What may be invalidated if you drive the car without a current MOT certificate? B. The vehicle insurance. If your vehicle requires an MOT certificate, it's illegal to drive it without one, and your insurance may be invalid if you do so. The only exceptions are that you may drive to a pre-arranged MOT test appointment, or to a garage for repairs required for the test. Question 16. How should you use the lanes on a motorway? B. Keep to the left-hand lane unless you're overtaking. You should normally travel in the left-hand lane unless you're overtaking a slow-moving vehicle. When you've finished overtaking, move back into the left-hand lane, but don't cut across in front of the vehicle that you've overtaken. Question 17. Why should you switch your headlights on when it first starts to get dark? B. So others can see you more easily. Your headlights and tail lights help others on the road to see you. It may be necessary to turn on your headlights during the day if visibility is reduced, for example, due to heavy rain. In these conditions, the light might fade before the street lights are timed to switch on. Be seen to be safe. Question 18. Your car breaks down on the level crossing. What's the first thing you should do? B. Leave your vehicle and get everyone clear. If your vehicle breaks down on the level crossing, your first priority is to get everyone out of the vehicle and clear of the crossing. Then use the railway telephone, if there is one, to tell the signal operator. If you have time before the train arrives, move the vehicle clear of the crossing, but only do this if the alarm signals aren't activated. Question 19. Why do motorcyclists often look round over their right shoulder just before turning right? D. To check for traffic in their blind area. When you see a motorcyclist take a glance over their shoulder, they're probably about to change direction. Recognizing a clue like this helps you to anticipate their next action. This can improve road safety for you and others. Question 20. What should you do if you think the driver of the vehicle in front has forgotten to cancel their right indicator? D. Stay behind and don't overtake. Be cautious and don't attempt to overtake. The driver may be unsure of the location of a junction and may turn suddenly. Question 21. Which warning light is for low oil? D. If this light comes on, you should pull over immediately, assuming it's safe to do so. Continuing on could cause your engine to seize. Question 22. What does this sign mean? A. Route for trams only. Avoid blocking tram routes. Trams are fixed on their route and can't maneuver around other vehicles or pedestrians. Modern trams travel quickly and are quiet, so you might not hear them approaching. Question 23. You see a pedestrian carrying a white stick that also has a red band. What does this mean? D. They're deaf and blind. When someone is deaf as well as blind, they may carry a white stick with a red reflective band or bands. They may not be aware that you're approaching, and they may not be able to hear anything, so, for example, your horn would be ineffective as a warning to them. Question 24. What should you do if a doctor prescribes drugs that are likely to affect your driving? C. Get someone else to drive. You shouldn't drive if you're taking medicine that could cause you to feel drowsy at the wheel. Ask someone else to drive, or, if that isn't possible, find another way to get home. Question 25. How will a police officer in a patrol vehicle signal for you to stop? A. Flash the headlights, indicate left and point to the left. You must obey signals given by the police. If a police officer in a patrol vehicle wants you to pull over, they'll indicate this without causing danger to you or other traffic. Question 26. Where would it be unsafe to overtake? C. Approaching a junction. You should overtake only when it's really necessary and you can see it's clear ahead. Look out for road signs and markings that show it's illegal or would be unsafe to overtake, for example, approaching junctions or bends. In many cases, overtaking is unlikely to significantly improve your journey time. Question 27. You've been involved in an argument that's made you feel angry. What should you do before starting your journey? D. Calm down. If you're feeling upset or angry, you'll find it much more difficult to concentrate on your driving. You should wait until you've calmed down before starting a journey. Question 28. Which lights should you use when you're driving in a tunnel? C. Dipped headlights. Before entering a tunnel, you should switch on your dipped headlights, as this will allow you to see and be seen. In many tunnels, it's a legal requirement. Don't wear sunglasses while you're driving in a tunnel. Question 29. You're driving at night with your headlights on main beam. A vehicle is overtaking you. When should you dip your headlights? D. As soon as the vehicle passes you. On main beam, your lights could dazzle the driver in front. Dip your headlights as soon as the driver passes you and drop back, so that the dipped beam falls short of the vehicle in front. Question 30. How can you reduce the chances of your car being broken into when leaving it unattended? A. Take all valuables with you. When leaving your car, take all valuables with you if you can. Otherwise, lock them out of sight. Question 31. Which diagram shows a hazard warning line? A. You need to know the difference between the normal center line and a hazard warning line. If there's a hazard ahead, the markings are longer and the gaps shorter. This gives you advance warning of an unspecified hazard. Question 32. What's the legal minimum insurance cover you must have to drive on public roads? C. Third party only. The minimum insurance required by law is third party cover. This covers your liability to others involved in a collision, but not damage to your vehicle. Basic third party insurance also won't cover theft or fire damage. Ask your insurance company for advice on the best cover for you, and make sure that you read the policy carefully. Question 33. Which is the cap for the brake fluid reservoir? A. The brake fluid reservoir often has the type of fluid it takes printed on the cap. Question 34. Your vehicle is stationary. When may you use its horn? A. When another road user poses a danger. When your vehicle is stationary, only sound the horn if you think there's a risk of danger from another road user. Don't use it just to attract someone's attention. This causes unnecessary noise and could be misleading. Question 35. You're driving with your front fog lights switched on. What should you do if the fog has cleared? B. Switch them off as long as visibility remains good. Switch off your fog lights if the weather improves, but be prepared to use them again if visibility reduces to less than 100 meters, 328 feet. Question 36. You're traveling in the left-hand lane of a 3-lane motorway. How should you react to traffic joining from a slip road? B. Adjust your speed or change lane if you can do so safely. Plan well ahead when approaching a slip road. If you see traffic joining the motorway, be prepared to adjust your speed or move to another lane if it's safe to do so. This can help the flow of traffic joining the motorway, especially at peak times. Question 37. When must your vehicle have valid insurance cover? D. Before you can tax the vehicle. Your vehicle must have valid insurance cover before you can tax it. If required, it will also need to have a valid MOT certificate. You can tax your vehicle online, by phone or at certain post offices. Question 38. You're following a large vehicle as it approaches a crossroads. What should you do if the driver signals to turn left? D. Wait for the vehicle to finish turning. Hold back and wait until the vehicle has turned before proceeding. Don't overtake, because the vehicle turning left could hide another vehicle emerging from the same junction. Question 39. What does this sign mean? B. No through road. You won't be able to find a through route to another road. Use this road only for access. Question 40. What's the purpose of a catalytic converter? C. To reduce harmful exhaust gases. Catalytic converters reduce a large percentage of harmful exhaust emissions. They work more efficiently when the engine has reached its normal working temperature. Question 41. When should you use the right-hand lane of a 3-lane dual carriageway? B. When you're overtaking or turning right. You should normally use the left-hand lane on any dual carriageway unless you're overtaking or turning right. When overtaking on a dual carriageway, look for vehicles ahead that are turning right. They may be slowing or stopped. You need to see them in good time so that you can take appropriate action. Question 42. When may you cross a double solid white line in the middle of the road? C. To pass a road maintenance vehicle traveling at 10 miles per hour or less. You may cross the solid white line to pass a stationary vehicle, or to pass a pedal cycle, horse or road maintenance vehicle, if it's traveling at 10 miles per hour or less. You may also cross the solid white line to enter a side road or access a property. Question 43. What must you do if your eyesight has become very poor, and you're no longer able to meet the driver's eyesight requirements? A. Tell the driver licensing authority. Having very poor eyesight will have a serious effect on your ability to drive safely. If you can't meet the driver's eyesight requirements, you must tell dvla, or dva in Northern Ireland. Question 44. After a collision, someone is unconscious in their vehicle. When should you call the emergency services? B. As soon as possible. It's important to make sure that the emergency services arrive as soon as possible. When a person is unconscious, they could have serious injuries that aren't immediately obvious. Question 45. What does this sign mean? A. Hump bridge. You'll need to slow down. At hump bridges, your view ahead will be restricted, and the road will often be narrow. If the bridge is very steep, sound your horn to warn others of your approach. Going over the bridge too fast is highly dangerous to other road users, and could even cause your wheels to leave the road, with a resulting loss of control. Question 46. What's the purpose of these road markings? A. To ensure children can see and be seen when they're crossing the road. These markings are found on the road outside schools. Don't stop or park on them, even to set down or pick up children. The markings are there to ensure that drivers, riders, children and other pedestrians have a clear view of the road in all directions. Question 47. What does this sign mean? B. With flow cycle lane. Usually, a picture of a cycle will also be painted on the road, and sometimes the lane will have a different colored surface. Leave these areas clear for cyclists and don't pass too closely when you overtake. Question 48. What does this motorway sign mean? A. Change to the lane on your left. On the motorway, signs sometimes show temporary warnings due to traffic or weather conditions. They may be used to indicate lane closures, temporary speed limits, weather warnings. Question 49. What should you do if it's raining and you're following this lorry on a motorway? D. Be aware of spray reducing your vision. The usual 2-second time gap increases to 4 seconds when the roads are wet. If you stay well back, you'll be able to see past the vehicle, be out of the spray thrown up by the lorry's tires, give yourself more time to stop if the need arises, increase your chances of being seen by the lorry driver. Question 50. Where may you overtake on a one-way street? D. On either the right or the left. You can overtake other traffic on either side when traveling in a one-way street. Make full use of your mirrors and ensure it's clear all around before you attempt to overtake. Look for signs and road markings, and use the most suitable lane for your destination.